Hi there, my name is Brian Webster and I'm an adult nursing student from Scotland. I'm in my third year, so I started in 2018. I'm here to talk to you a bit about a website I set up called Think Theory 19, and I want to talk to you about the website just because it really pushed my leadership abilities and my leadership style. So, the pandemic for coronavirus obviously started way back in 2020, which seems like a lifetime ago now. But what happened was students were offered the opportunity to go out on paid extended clinical placements. Now, some students couldn't or wouldn't do that for a wealth of reasons. And what I noticed was there wasn't really very much talk of these students, there wasn't very much out there for these students. And the focus was perhaps, in my opinion, towards those who could or would go out on clinical paid extended placements, and perhaps rightly so. So I set up the website Think Theory 19 in response to this, and what I did was I collected some messages from amazing nurse leaders from across the UK, and what they did was they sent their messages to me, and I uploaded these to the website. And this gave the students confidence that their choice was absolutely professional, it was absolutely ethical, it was absolutely moral for them. There was nothing wrong with choosing not to go out on a paid placement. So that was the first barrier or the first hurdle I wanted to get across. Being one of those students myself and getting a bit of stigma for that, I didn't want students to be feeling bad for not doing this. I then moved the website onto webinars, and what we did was I hosted webinars and still am hosting them now. And what that gives students the opportunity to do is to come and hear from a wealth of and a range of leaders and experienced people on topics. So we've talked about knife crime and the likes, we've talked about respiratory care and much, much more. And the website now is kind of coming to an end. A few more webinars are booked, but we also did a leadership series where people talked about what they felt leadership was. So do check that out. But what I gained from it was the ability to really push myself as a leader, to really explore my leadership style. And that might seem odd as a nursing student, and of course I was on a leadership programme, but all nursing students have got leadership. You've all got leadership capabilities and talents, and in fact when we become registered nurses there's an expectation to be a leader. So what you need to do is you need to look for your leadership style, or you need to research leadership styles, and you need to think about how you're going to turn your style into one that fits you as a person, because leadership is about you as a person. It's not about a title, it's not about being a band 8, band 9, it's not about what your job title says on your badge, it's about you, how you lead that team regardless of your role or your position. So basically, my two favourite styles are compassionate leadership and collective leadership. Both of these are quite self explanatory, but compassionate leadership looks at showing that compassion and empathy that you would for perhaps the people you care for towards the staff that you work with. Collective leadership is about bringing the talents, kind of a bit like asset based approaches in healthcare, is where you bring the talents of the team and you push them forward. So if someone's great at one thing, let them do that thing. That's what collective leadership is. You look at the breadth of the team and you use the best person for the best job. So that's me about leadership. Do honestly explore it. It's an amazing opportunity, and you are all leaders already. You just maybe haven't ignited that spark. I hope this video helps, and all the best, and hope to see you on the other side of our degrees as nurses within the profession. All the best. Bye bye.
Having watched Brian's video about his project, Think Theory 19, what leadership lessons did we learn? Firstly, Brian identified a problem during the first wave of the COVID-19 pandemic. He felt those students who could not or would not undertake extended clinical paid placement were being isolated. So he sought out a way to bring together this cohort of nursing students to ensure that they knew their decision was valid. Problem solving is a critical leadership trait as it brings about continuous improvement, communication, and learning. Brian also showed courage with his actions. He was willing to speak up about an important issue. This led to nursing students joining him on a journey and turning a negative situation into a positive outcome. Simon Sinek, author and international speaker, said, "A boss has the title, the leader has the people." And this encapsulates Brian's actions. Using influence, he led the way by improving their learning through the webinars, but also their confidence through the messages from nurse leaders, helping them believe the decision they made was the right one. Lastly, Brian also has a good level of self-awareness. He understands his leadership style. Self-awareness is knowing yourself, what motivates you, and what your strengths and weaknesses are. This is a hugely important leadership trait, as it makes you more cognizant of your actions, emotions, and biases. And it also builds trust with those you work with and makes you more credible. One way to improve your self-awareness is through reflection, as we all know this is a key component of nursing. So why not consider a situation you have been involved in and reflect about how your emotions made you feel during this time? Do you think these feelings affected the way you reacted, or even the outcome of the situation?